This is problem number 64. A 6-foot person walks from the base of a broadcasting tower directly toward the tip of the shadow cast by the tower. When the person is 132 feet from the tower and 3 feet from the tip of the shadow, the person's shadow starts to appear beyond the tower's shadow. A. Draw a right triangle that gives a visual representation of the problem. Show the known quantities of the triangle and use a variable to indicate the height of the tower. Now if you read this, we're really talking about two different triangles here. So let's draw the one with the tower first. I will use a different color for that. So I'm going to represent that with this blue here. So this is the height of the tower. And this will be the shadow that the tower casts. Now this is not going to be drawn to scale, so and this is the shadow on the ground. Now we're told that the person is 132 feet from the tower and 3 feet from the tip of the shadow. So I'm going to call this 132 feet and call this 3 feet. So the length of the shadow is going to be 132 plus 3. So the length of the shadow is 135 feet. Now that's the building. Let's use this angle here. We'll call that theta. I think it's a little wet here, so probably need to blot it a little. Now let's draw the person. Here's the person here. And this is 6 feet. Now the shadow of the person is here. And that shadow is 3 feet. Now if we look at this, we'll see that in the triangle for the broadcasting tower, let's do this in purple here, for the tower, the height is our variable, so we're going to call that h. The angle we're going to be concerned about is theta. And the length of the shadow is going to be the adjacent side, and that's going to be 135 feet. This is the adjacent side. The height is the opposite side. So we have theta, we don't know its value, but we have the angle. We also know we have an opposite and an adjacent. This is for the tower. For the person, the angle remains the same. The height is 6 feet. That's going to be the opposite side. The angle is still theta, share the same angle. And the length of his shadow is 3 feet. and this will be the adjacent side. So what we have involved here is adjacent and opposite. Now the tangent of theta is defined as the opposite divided by the adjacent. So let's write two equations here. For the tower, the tangent of theta is equal to the opposite, which is h, divided by the length, the adjacent, which is 135. The tangent of theta for the person is going to be the opposite side, 6, divided by the adjacent, 3, which is 2. Now since theta is the same in both triangles, that means that the arguments have to be the same. H over 135 has to equal 2. If we multiply each side by 135, we'll see that the height is equal to 2 times 135, which is 270 feet. And we've answered all of them. This is A. B, we wrote the equations, and we have B here. And this is C. And now you have to answer the question. The height of the tower is 270 feet. And you're done.